Ok, abbiamo cambiato personaggio. Ora non siamo più Gabriel, siamo la signorina di cui non
Grace
ricordo il nome.
Nakamura.
Grace, giustamente. Vediamo.
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Oh, nein,
Oh,
danke.
sì, sì, certo. Tutto chiaro.
Nice closet.
Sì, anche un po' vuoto.
Pretty comfortable, even if he slept in it.
Mm.
Ritter ancestors, I assume. Like the lion on the Ritter talisman. Interesting. Ritter and
Chiusa? Eh sì, sembra chiusa. Allora, andiamo di qua.
Gerda?
Yes?
Dunque,
Where is Gabriel?
I don't know exactly.
Surely he said something when he left. You must have been here when his new case came up.
I was here.
What was it about? Was it around here?
All I know is that he was going somewhere near Munich. I honestly do not know where he is staying.
So, how do you like working with Gabriel?
It is fine.
Uh-huh. Do you get along with him okay?
He is the Ritter heir.
sembra un po' infastidita. Vabbè.
What are you working on?
Plans for the castle.
Oh, what are you having done?
Lights, phones, plumbing, all new. Should have been done many years ago, but there was no money. Also, things need to be fixed. The stones. The castle is very old. Everything needs work.
Is Gabriel planning to live here permanently then?
Why not? It is his castle now.
I thought he might, sell it.
Sell it. He would not do that. The castle belongs to the Ritters.
You must know
Preoccupata.
something about Gabriel's new case.
It is not my business to talk or not to talk about it. Gabriel took the case for someone else.
Really? Who?
Werner Huber. He runs the Gasthof in town.
Gabriel mentioned in his letter that, well, normally I do research for him. It's more or less my field, and if there's anything he needs to get done, I'd be happy to take care of it.
He did ask me to check some things for him, but I couldn't let someone else do the work.
I understand, really. But if Gabriel knew that I was already here, that I was around, he'd want me to do it.
I'm sorry. If I do hear from him, I'll ask him what he would prefer. Until then, I must do the work he asks me to do.
I'm curious. I was just wondering, what was it Gabriel asked you to research?
Just some things.
Some things about...
He asked me to check the Schattenjäger library for any record of other cases about, any other cases like this one.
Gabriel asked you to find other cases like this one? Well, that shouldn't be too tough. For you, I mean. So, what was this new case about again?
I cannot discuss the case with you. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Why don't you go look around the area? I'm sure you could find something to do.
Gee, thanks. Gerda, there's a locked door in Gabriel's bedroom. Do you know where it goes?
It goes to the Schattenjäger library.
That's where all the Schattenjäger records are kept?
Yes?
Why is the door locked?
Gabriel doesn't want the workmen in there.
Oh. Can I get the key?
No, the library is for Schattenjägers only.
Well, thanks.
All right.
Dunque, che si fa adesso?
I don't have anything to say to her right now.
Bene, ci andiamo.
I thought Gabriel said this place was stripped. Guess Gerda's been busy shopping with the new Ritter fortune. I thought
Sì,
Gabriel said
libero.
this place was stripped. Guess Gerda.
Sì, l'ho già detto. Ok, possiamo girovagare a piedi? Ah, possiamo. Uscita la spada. Uscita. Ah, ecco perché.
Hallo, meine Dame. Kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
Hallo, wie geht es Ihnen?
Gut, danke. Und Ihnen?
Gut. Ich bin hier auf Urlaub und
Let's try English, shall we?
Eh sì, forse è meglio.
I've been studying German at home and I thought I knew a lot, but it's so different now that I'm actually here.
Books alone are poor language teachers. You'll pick it up. Is there something I can help you with?
My name is Grace Nakamura. I'm staying at Schloss Ritter, and you are?
You may call me Herr Habermas. Welcome to Rittersberg, Miss Nakamura.
It's nice to meet you, Herr Habermas. What can you tell me about Rittersberg?
It is a very old town. The walls around it were built in 1438, but the city is a few centuries older than that.
Have there always been Ritters in Rittersberg?
Yes, Martin Ritter built the castle in 1223, and the town grew up around it. I'm proud to say we still have Ritter blood here to this day.
What is this building?
This is the Rathaus.
The town hall? Oh, thank you. Thanks for your time.
Certainly. Good day.
I don't want to disturb him.
Guten Tag. Sind Sie Werner Huber?
Yes. You are an American, huh?
Guess I haven't quite got the accent down, huh? I'm a friend of Gabriel Knight. I'm staying at the castle.
Good.
You're the proprietor of this Gasthof?
Yes.
It's very nice. Do you mainly serve food and drinks here?
Oh, we have guest rooms upstairs, too. Yeah.
Oh? Does Rittersberg get a lot of tourists?
Some, not so many know about this place. It is perhaps better that way. Germans on holiday come here. Foreigners find their way here one way or another.
You speak English very well.
Yes.
How did you learn it?
Wolfgang taught some of us. He thought we should know.
Really? Why?
That is a very good question, is it not?
I never got to meet Gabriel's great uncle. What was he like?
Oh, he was a true Schattenjäger, like in the old days. He knew things.
What kinds of things?
Things. He had, how do you say it, the sight. He was a very good man to go to when you needed advice.
It must have been hard for the town when Wolfgang died.
Yeah, it was bad, yes. But not a surprise. Gerda knew. It was harder on her than the rest of us.
Really? Were she and Wolfgang close? You said Wolfgang was a true Schattenjäger. I suppose Gabriel... I mean, he's probably not what you expected.
Oh, we shall see with that one. Yeah, one cannot know the quality of the iron until it has been in the fire. We shall see.
Tell me about Rittersberg.
It is a small town, private. We keep our business to ourselves.
You mean about the Schattenjägers?
Oh, the Schattenjägers, sure. The Schattenjägers are of this place, and this place is of them. We believe in the old ways here. It has not changed much over the centuries. We still remember what the rest of the world has forgotten.
And that is?
That life is a battle between the light and the dark. Do you know this?
I think I mentioned that I was a friend of Gabriel Knight.
Yes.
Well, I came to help him on a case, a Schattenjäger case.
That is good.
Well, we got our wires crossed and he'd already left by the time I got here. But Gerda mentioned that he was on a case for you.
No, not for me. For my cousin, Sepp.
Lots of cousins around here. Is Sepp in town?
No, he and his wife went north for a few weeks. He does not live in Rittersberg anyway.
Huh. Well, perhaps you can help me then.
How do you mean?
Partiamo dalla domanda più
Can
importante.
you tell me what Gabriel's case is about?
What?
Not specifically, of course, but in general. On our last case, we had to deal with a voodoo cult. I was just thinking if I just knew what he was up against, maybe I could do some research.
Well,
He left so quickly, I guess. He didn't have time to investigate here at all. And the Schattenjäger archives might have something pertinent in them, if I knew what to look for, that is.
yes, that is true. There is much to be learned from the Schattenjäger past.
Exactly. Gabriel is new at this, you know? And Wolfgang's not around to give him advice.
All right, young lady. I will tell you what it is you need to look for.
Yes?
Werewolf.
Oh,
Werewolf?
Werewolf.
c'è rimasta sorpresa.
Gerda's not sure where Gabriel is exactly, but you know where I can find him, don't you?
It is not my business to tell people where to find the Schattenjäger. It is maybe not so safe, you see.
Yes, I do see, and I appreciate your caution, really. But we worked together on his last case, and believe me, you'd be doing him a favor.
If he wants you to help him, he will have to contact you at the castle and tell you where he is himself.
Great.
Niente, forse ci tocca andarlo a cercare.
Do you know how long Gabriel will be gone?
If he is a good Schattenjäger, he will not come back until he has done what must be done. If he is not, who can say? Maybe he will not come back at all.
What must be done?
Vediamo dei vere volves.
Gabriel's new case involves werewolves?
You don't believe in such things.
I don't know, it's a little outside.
If you truly want to be an aid to a Schattenjäger, you will have to believe in such things. Things that are outside. If you cannot,
All right, a werewolf. What do you know about them? Werewolves, that is.
some things. This is not the first time that Rittersberg has seen the work of a werewolf, or even a werewolf itself.
Really?
Oh, no, not in my lifetime, you understand. But I was told of it when I was a boy. One was brought to town. It had killed many people. The Schattenjäger caught him. He was tried here.
When was this?
1700s, I think, somewhere around in there.
Thanks.
Bitte.
E anche qui abbiamo esaurito tutti gli argomenti. Foto.
I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though.
Magari possiamo chiederla al tizio. Ah, c'è un'altra foto.
Pretty damn cute. I wonder who he is. I don't have anything to say to Herr Huber at the moment.
Chiedere della foto?
I don't want to disturb.
Vabbè, ce ne possiamo andare. Andiamo a entrare alla chiesa? San Giorgio Kirchhoff.
Hello?
Guten Tag.
Così.
I don't want to disturb her. The Madonna.
Spostato al centro della navata.
Saint Georg, patron saint of the Schat.
San Giorgio. Un'altra uscita. Cripta.
Jürgen Ritter, 1403 to 1461. Martin Ritter, 1190 to 1253. These coffins are really old. And they're all Schattenjägers.
La sensazione che poi ci torneremo. Di qua si tornava. No, si tornava al castello.
Grace,
Via. Andiamo di qua. Sulla sinistra c'è niente. No, si torna al castello. Oh, non le
that must be
chiavi.
Gabriel's car. I wonder where the keys are.
Magari abbiamo altri argomenti.
Gerda?
Yes?
Do you have the keys to the car outside?
That is Gabriel's car. He doesn't even let me drive it.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Well, thanks.
All right.
Quindi le chiavi. Dobbiamo ritornare in camera.
He doesn't need my help.
Non l'aveva scritta qua sul camino.
Nice view of the Alps. Nice.
Nice closet, molto empty.
Pretty.
No. Buono.
He doesn't need.
No, qua ormai non c'è proprio niente.
Nice view.
Una finestra nemmeno.
He doesn't need. He does.
Altre uscite.
I can just imagine the cozy nights spent by the fire in this room. Ritter ancestors, I assume. Ritter and. King of Beasts. I thought Gabriel said this place. I thought.
No, non c'è niente.
Gerda's been a real pig about. Gerda's been. Gerda's. Gerda's been a.
No?
Gerda's.
No.
Schloss Ritter, birthplace of Gabriel's genetic code. Schloss.
No, non c'è proprio nulla.
Grace Nakamura. Saint Gabriel. It's no use. He doesn't speak English.
Vabbè, proviamo a esaminare tutte le tombe.
Jürgen. Jürgen. It's a
Aha.
silver heart. Someone must have left it as a mourning gift. It's a silver.
Ma di chi è questa tomba?
Wolfgang Ritter, 10 May 1923 to 25
Oh.
June 1993.
Quindi quello l'ha lasciato
Ok.
Gabby.
It's a silver. These co- these co- these co- these these these
Ah,
these coffins are really old. These co- these
abbiamo già esaurito. Però abbiamo trovato il cuore d'argento.
I don't want to disturb her. My notebook.
Abbiamo roba qui.
Gracie, something's come up. I'm on a new case. Too bad you're not here to help, but Gerda can handle any research I need. I'll call or write as soon as I can. In the meantime, go ahead and fix up the shop a little if you want. You know, flowers and stuff. But don't go overboard. I kind of like the old place as is. I know I have a lot to decide, but that and the new book are going to have to wait. I have a feeling this is important. Tell Gran I send my love. Gabriel.
Ok. C'è altro? Quello giustamente.
My wallet. I converted some cash to Mark's at the airport.
È previdente.
Bert Barkley knows more about history than I ever will, especially at this rate.
Ah, quindi in teoria questo lo
Bert
potremmo
Bark-
chiamare se avessimo un telefono. Vediamo se mostrando la lettera. Mostriamo la lettera di Gabriel e Gertie.
I don't have... I'm not sure why she'd...
Di magari più collaborativa.
I'm not sure why she... I'm not sure... I'm not sure why... I can just imagine the...
Tizio.
I don't have anything to say.
Proviamo a parlare di nuovo con l'oste. Vediamo se ha qualcos'altro da dirci. Qui siamo ancora prima.
It's locked.
Chiuso. Che pretende?
Do you keep Old Town records here? Criminal trial records?
Yes, we have files going back to the 12th century.
Great. Werner Hoover told me about a local trial that supposedly involved a werewolf. I'd like to learn more about it.
What was the date?
Sometime in the 1700s?
I'm afraid I would need a more specific time frame. We have many, many files.
Yes, of course. Thanks for your time.
Certainly. Good day.
Ah,
I don't have anything... I don't want to...
non c'è nessuna
I
data.
have no idea what that says. Looks old, though.
Se ci fossero dei numeri, li potresti leggere. Aspetta, no. Proviamo ad andare alla chiesa. Allora, vediamo le date.
Jürgen Ritter.
No,
Wolfgang Ritter.
no,
These coffins are really old.
no. Qua non c'è la data.
These coffins...
No, non funziona sta cosa.
It's no use. He doesn't...
Non c'è più la signora anziana. Quindi qualcosa è cambiato. Qualcosa è cambiato. Proviamo a tornare al castello.
I don't have anything... Ritter and... Ritter...
Magari non c'è più neanche il tizio in camera. Ah, infatti. Interrutore? Lì. No, è molto più semplice così. Ma il tizio se n'è andato a lasciare la cassetta degli attrezzi.
I don't think.
Vabbè, dai, intanto... No, no, vai qui. Più da vicino. Dai. L'ho aperto? La libreria avrà aperto. Penso che sia. No? Colpo di scena. Un passaggio segreti. Eh sì, è pietra.
Someone's been using this passageway.
Ah, io saprei. Dunque, vediamo un po' cosa troviamo. Siamo finiti dove? Sempre lo stesso castello. Sì.
An emergency exit. I guess that makes sense if you're fighting the legions of darkness. How convenient. When the lord of the manor is slipping through the passageway to his amorous adventures, he can pick up a few flowers.
Ah, avanti.
The castle looks huge from here. They've got more rooms left to restore than I thought. The castle... The ca-
Niente, qua torniamo su. Ah, di qua torniamo. Siamo tornati nella stessa stanza?
Gerda's bedroom. What a surprise.
Ah, ok. Siamo frugati in giro.
That must be Wolfgang. Something to remember him by, I guess.
Vista l'animazione.
I can't go out that way. I don't want Gerda to know I'm in here.
Non c'è altro?
That must be... That must... That must be...
No. C'è nulla.
I can't.
Spento la G. Vabbè, togliamo. Questa? La chiave della libreria? Dai. Sì, ma ora te ne devi anche andare da lì.
Get as close. Get as.
Ok. Si va avanti. Eccoci nella libreria.
Biographies. Looks like they're mostly about Germans.
Mhm.
Books on the occult. Here we go. Vampires, witchcraft, ghosts, Asian spirits.
Niente sui lupi
Lycanthropes.
vannari. Ah, eccolo.
How did you get in here?
Oh, hi.
How did you unlock the door?
Musica
Oh, I
drammatica.
see.
All right. Look, let's just drop all the pretense, okay? Obviously, I found the passageway. I know what's been going on in this little Alpinian love nest, and really, I couldn't care less. If you want to screw around with your employer, that's none of my business. But what I won't put up with is assisting the Schottenjäger crap. I gave up school to work on this stuff because I thought it was important. I'm doing the research that Gabriel wanted, and so help me, I'm gonna be doing more than just research this time around. And I'm not gonna sit around and wait for him to call and give me permission. And if you don't like it, it's just too damn bad!
Okay, fine. You do the damn research.
Potevano accordarsi prima.
Damn it.
Il dramma.
There's nothing else.
The Journal of Victor Ritter.
Pure interessante. Vediamo qui. 1720-1750.
Numerous deaths at the hands of a marauding wolf being recorded in a neighboring county, I set out to see if I could determine the cause. There had been rumors of a werewolf, and the dark signs did indeed seem to be present. The deaths had all occurred within a 40-kilometer range of woods, and at the heart was the village of Alfing. My assistant and I set a trap a short distance from the village. Though the beast had shown a propensity for human flesh, livestock had also been taken. It was a newling lamb we loosed in the thicket as a lure. We awaited downwind. For 2 nights the lamb bleated to no purpose, and once we had to fend off a hungry fox. But at last the beast himself took the bait. I might have missed him. The night was so dark, and the wolf himself was black. But my assistant saw the light of his eyes, and I heard the lamb's cries turn fearful. He had the poor dumb lamb by the throat when we sprang. He was swift and might have escaped, but his fatal mistake was to attack rather than run. My dagger struck through his chest and into his right lung. As I had agreed, we bound the wolf and tied shut its jaws. We brought it home to Rittersburg, still breathing, and turned it over to the magistrate. I pray for the man's unfortunate soul. May the law be swift and merciful. God be praised for aiding his servant. From his hand came the strength and wisdom to end the killing. Victor Ritter, Schottenjäger, 20 April 1750.
No, informatici interessanti. Però
The deaths had all...
no, no. Comunque abbiamo una data. In teoria possiamo tornare a quello che sembra essere un nesso comune.
I don't have any...
Sì, meglio che non ci parli tu che hai fatto abbastanza. No.
Remember that werewolf trial I'd asked you about? I have a date now. April 1750.
Excellent. Let me go look. I heard of this case when I was a boy, but I always thought it was just a scary tale. I never thought to look in the archives. It was there, all right. What did you want to know?
Iniziamo con l'interrogazione.
Why did they bring the wolf to Rittersburg? I know the Schottenjäger lived here, but why didn't he just...
Kill it where he found it? I don't know. Let's see. Ah, yes. They wanted to know what man it was, who it was.
They brought it here so it would change back?
Yes, exactly.
Aspetti.
What happened to the alleged werewolf?
He was interrogated for 2 days. He confessed his guilt. The trial took place on the 3rd day, and he was sentenced to death by quartering and the stake. He was given a final meal. He asked to see a confessor, and this was granted. He died at dawn the following day.
They pulled off his limbs and burned him?
Don't think harshly of us, miss. That was a long time ago.
Effettivamente.
Where was the werewolf kept while it was here?
The dungeon. There's a dungeon in the rat house basement. We don't use it anymore, of course. Haven't for many years.
Did it change back?
That's what it says. They put the wolf in a cell, and the next morning they found a man in there. A laborer from out of town identified him as Baron von Raleigh from Alfing.
Why did they want to find out who the werewolf was?
I would guess. Yes. It says here that a group of villagers were sent to the werewolf's hometown once they learned its human identity.
Why? They thought there were more of them there?
In those days, the family of the identified werewolf would be in great danger. Many believed such curses were handed down through the bloodline. Was there anything else?
I suppose not. Unless, is there any way I could see the dungeon?
It would be my pleasure.
Più facile del previsto. Ah, la porta di fianco. Ok, ok. Va bene.
Everything's been kept the way it was when the dungeon was in use. We show it off to tourists sometimes.
Ok.
Are you all right, miss?
I'm fine. It's just that this place is so claustrophobic.
I tell you what, normally this place is locked to keep out the village children. I'll leave it open. You can come and go as you please.
Would you? Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Goodbye and good luck.
Bye.
Dunque, iniziamo l'ispezione. Oh, la finestra rotta.
He asked to see a confessor.
Quindi ci tocca parlare col prete.
Claw marks. That's the church in the square. That's the claw mark.
No. Una bambina. Indizio?
Von Rollick slept here.
Lenzuola di 800, no, lenzuola di 200 anni circa. No, non lo guarda adesso. Ok, adesso ci toccherà parlare con il prete e poi presumibilmente.
Hallo. Haben Sie harte Kirche Papiere von 1750?
Wie bitte?
Papiere, Geschichte von 1750. How do you say that? Sprechen Sie Englisch?
Nein, leider, ich spreche nicht Englisch.
Danke.
Bitte schön.
Quindi?
I don't want to disturb her. It's no use. He doesn't speak.
Se gli facciamo vedere
I don't think he'd be
questo?
interested.
No, ovviamente.
I don't think he'd be interested.
Non abbiamo preso. Non l'abbiamo esaminato. Licantropi, c'è una passeggiata. Lauren Lowe.
Chapter 3. Lycanthropy. The Ways of the Wolf. Chapter 3.
Sì.
There are two categories of werewolf cases: false or lycanthropic disorder cases and genuine werewolf cases. Lycanthropic disorder. Lycanthropic disorder is a mental condition in which the subject, called a lycanthrope, believes that he or she is a werewolf. The subject does not actually change shape, but is nevertheless capable of being as dangerous as an actual werewolf. Most cases of supposed werewolfery are really the work of lycanthropic disorder victims, man to beast. In real werewolves, a physical change to wolf form does occur. The change can be voluntary, at will, or can be forced by certain cycles of the moon and certain sounds, such as howling. Werewolves and immortality. Werewolves are immune from aging and from most physical diseases due to the constant regeneration of their physical tissue. They can therefore be virtually immortal. However, they can be killed by any wound that destroys the heart or the brain, or any form of death that causes brain or heart damage, such as hanging or other oxygen deprivation methods. The mind of a werewolf. Though primarily a true wolf while in wolf form, there is some proof that the werewolf retains enough knowledge to assist his killing. Recognition of victims, evasion of traps, and human cunning have all been seen on werewolf cases. Becoming a werewolf. There are several ways to become a werewolf. They include being given the power of shape-shifting through sorcery, being cursed by someone whom you have wronged in some way, called the Lyconia curse, being bitten by a werewolf, and being born to a werewolf. In each case, the blood of the subject becomes tainted or cursed. Damnation. A person who becomes a werewolf against his will, birth, curse, or bite, is not completely damned until he tastes of human blood. Once he does, his soul is eternally damned and nothing may redeem him. Even without tasting of human blood, however, as long as the taint lays upon the immortal soul, it cannot enter into heaven and will remain chained to the mortal plane upon death. Werewolf packs. Like real wolves, werewolves can live alone for many years, yet the instinct for a pack often leads them away from their secretive lifestyles into revealing their nature to a priest or close associate, or converting another to werewolfery for companionship. This is when the otherwise cagey werewolf opens himself to detection. Werewolf packs cause immense destruction. A pack consists of one werewolf who became a werewolf through sorcery, birth, or curse. In other words, his is the original tainted blood. This werewolf is called the alpha werewolf. The remaining werewolves in the pack are called beta werewolves because they became werewolves through the bite of the alpha and carry the alpha's tainted blood. Alpha and beta werewolves. The relationship between alpha and beta werewolves is a complex one. Once a subject is bitten by a werewolf, his or her life and death are doomed to the werewolf curse. The victim does, however, have some hope. As long as they themselves do not taste of human blood, the curse is reversible. If the alpha werewolf is killed through some action of the beta's curse is broken. It is important to note that whether the beta werewolf was bitten by the alpha werewolf himself or by another beta, it is the alpha who must be destroyed, the source of the original tainted blood. It is also an interesting note that since betas and alphas share the same common blood, an alpha cannot physically harm a beta of his own bloodline by his own hand without inflicting the same injury upon himself. However, if a beta is harmed or killed by another, it does not affect the alpha. Symptoms of werewolfery. When hunting for a werewolf, it is important to remember that your biggest clues will come through your suspects' personalities. Becoming a werewolf is not transparent, no matter how the victim tries to hide it. The tainted subhuman blood greatly alters the subject's own mind and personality, even physical appearance. Therefore, look for symptoms in your human suspects that include increasing violence, increasing aggression, unprovoked rages, insomnia, restlessness, and other bizarre behavior. Unfortunately, over time, these symptoms can be brought under control, so do not rely upon them exclusively. A good example of this comes from a case reported by the ancient priesthood society Manos del Sol of Brazil. A rash of werewolf killings there was tracked to a high-ranking officer in the army. The society became aware of the man mainly through rumors of his violent behavior and changed personality. The case was successfully resolved with a man's capture. Manos del Sol, Men of the Sun? I wonder if they're like Schattenjägers, only Brazilian. It's no use.
Lui
I don't...
ho trovato book. Vediamo se riusciamo. Se il messo comunale e l'oste ci dicono qualcosa in più.
I had a thought while I was in the dungeon.
Yes?
You mentioned that Baron von Rawlik was allowed to give a last confession. I suppose the priest was from St. George's?
I suppose it was.
Would there be a record of the last confession? It might tell us more about the Baron's life.
Good idea, young lady. Those records are in German, though, and Father Getz doesn't speak English. Do you think this would really help your Schattenjäger?
I'm not sure. It couldn't hurt.
All right. I'll write you a note. You give it to Father Getz, and he'll see if they have a record of the confession. If they do, you bring it back here to me, and I'll help you translate it, okay?
That would be wonderful.
Sempre più avanti e dietro.
Certainly. You got my curiosity up too, you know.
È tutto un backtracking. Tutto un backtracking. Stop.
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
Così, all'improvviso dici che... Ah, ok. Decidi di guardare i fiorellini.
I wonder what kind...
Beh, a un certo punto sboccerà. La nota? Ah, il sindaco, non è il messo comunale.
Entschuldigen Sie bitte.
Das hier ist von Herrn Habermas.
Einen Moment, bitte. Das ist für Sie.
Dankeschön.
Vabbè, è inutile che ce lo leggiamo, che se tutto è in tedesco. Già non lo capisce lei, figurati se lo capisco io. Allora.
I have the church file.
Ok.
Excellent. Let me see it. What's this? This is in English. It's from a lawyer in Buenos Aires. It's addressed to St. Georg's Church. The date is 1764.
What's it say?
It's a request for information about the death of Baron Klaus von Ralleck. It says it's for the family. I assume someone answered it. Curious?
What?
The seal on the envelope.
A wolf?
Okay. The last confession. The Ralleck family took the symbol of a black wolf to represent their great skill at the hunt. Let me see. Klaus von Raleigh says that he lived up to the family symbol too well. His friends nicknamed him the Black Wolf, but he confessed it was more because he was prideful and treated his villagers and women very badly. He was much feared. The Baron confesses that a life of sin brought the werewolf curse upon him. Listen to this.
Huh?
A gypsy camp, Hungarians, came to Alfing one day. He wanted one of their young women. He had her brought to his castle by force, and there he...
Raped her?
Raped her, yes. He intended to release her, but before he did, the girl killed herself. The next day, an old gypsy woman from the camp cursed him, saying that he was to become the shape that his name and his crimes showed his heart to be.
I see.
Soon afterwards, her curse came about. Klaus von Raleigh began to change, to run at night as wolf, to kill and eat human flesh. He begs forgiveness from God and from his wife and son. He says he welcomes his punishment, if only it will pay for his sins and save his family from further pain. That is all that is written.
Wow. Thank you.
I'll return this to Father Gatsford.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, young lady. And to your Schattenjäger.
Ok. Adesso si torna al castello? Proviamo. Sembra la cosa più logica.
I don't have anything to... Pretty...
Ah, qui non l'avevamo visto.
I suppose in the
libro.
next Blake Backlash book, good old Fujitsu will be replaced by Hildegard.
È gelosa.
I'm not quite ready to write the big hero yet.
Hard at work night?
I'm not quite... Who should I call?
Lo so io chi devi chiamare. Lui, il professore.
I don't need to call Professor Barkley right now.
No, era troppo semplice, ovviamente.
March 1864. To King Ludwig II, most gracious ruler of all Bavaria. I beg your forgiveness for my forthrightness in this letter, but I fear terribly for your Majesty's safety, and thus have no time for subtlety. I have heard that the one they call the Black Wolf is close to your Highness. I have been investigating this man for reasons I cannot name at present, and I have learned that he is extremely dangerous and can only have the most dire of motives at heart in anything he pursues. I beg your Highness only this. Please do not see this man alone, nor even with your servants only to guard you. I promise you, all will be made clear very shortly when my investigation is complete. For now, only keep yourself safe. Your most grateful servant, Christian von Ritter, Schloss Ritter, Rittersburg, Bavaria. The Black Wolf. That was von Rollick's nickname.
Sì, l'abbiamo capito. Mm. Sei proprio sicura? Mo lo chiami, no? Va bene.
Hello?
Professor Barkley, this is Grace Nakamura. I'm calling from Germany.
Germany? I thought you were in New Orleans.
I was, but anyway, it's rather important or I wouldn't have bothered you. Do you know anything about King Ludwig II of Bavaria?
Well, that's a hell of a thing to ask a man in the middle of the night. Late 1800s, right?
Yes.
This isn't really my field, but I think he was crazy or something.
I wish I knew. Do you know anyone who specializes in German history?
Yeah, I have a friend at the University of Berlin. I'll ring him. What's your number there?
It's 4989-555-7878.
Okay, I'll call you back if I remember this conversation in the morning anyway.
Great. Sorry again. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Ok, quindi...
Who should I?
No, abbiamo già chiamato. Niente. Altri libri
I
non
wonder if
penso
Christian
che...
Ritter's journal is here. Christian Ritter, born 10 January 1820, ordained a Schottenjäger, died 4 March 1864. The 4th of March. That's the date on the letter.
Bene, altra lettura.
January 1864. I am now in Prussia. The beast that brought me here has so far bested me. He is secretive and skillful. He has much self-control, unlike what I'd been led to expect. He seems to know almost before I do where and when I will be stalking him. He turns up his nose at my lures. 3 more disappearances have occurred, and I'm no closer to learning his identity nor finding his lair. I can't even prove he took them. Not a single corpse has been found. March 3rd, 1864. I've had a break at last. The key was in front of me all the time. The Black Wolf, he so daringly calls himself, for all to hear and none to truly see. It is worse than I could ever have suspected. He is not just a beast, but a monster. His jaws are already around some of the best throats in Europe. I return to Ritter's book tonight. I must warn those in danger and get someone to assist me. I am in over my head.
Ah, solo 2 pagine. Ok. Aspetta, non è che ci sono altri libri.
I'm not sure what other... There's no...
Looks like biographies here. I wonder if there's anything on... Yes, Ludwig. König von Bayern. König Ludwig. Sein Leben und sein Sieg. Die letzten Tage des König Ludwig II. German. That's not much help.
Ok. Uh.
Nice view. I don't have any...
No, con me non ci parlare mai più. Perché l'hai trattata in modo poco carino. Vediamo un po' se abbiamo le informazioni da questa.
I don't have anything to...
Anche questo è andato. Parliamo con l'oste.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
Of course. Everybody knows about Ludwig. He was the last true king Bavaria had. Why do you think I hang his portrait? Eh? Or that article on the wall? Eh? Do you know what that is? That is from the Munich newspaper the day after the king died. My great-grandfather saved it. It has been handed down to every first son. That is what Bavarians think of Ludwig.
What was Ludwig like? Why is he so revered?
Oh, he was a genius. He had a great mind, you know. Yeah. He built castles, is what he did, and kept on building them until they killed him.
Who killed him?
Them, those politicians. They said he was crazy. Got a doctor to sign some papers. They arrested him.
Then what happened?
What do you think? They killed him. Oh, they said it was suicide. But me, I don't believe that. It was murder.
Sì, sì, cosa.
Thanks.
Bitte.
E anche qui
I don't want to.
abbiamo esaurito queste due linee di discorso. Il sindaco c'è? Da qua che c'entriamo ma nulla. Qua è sempre il solito discorso. La chiesa che sta in piazza. No, non c'è niente. Non credo neanche che si possa mettere un piede col prete. No. Dietro.
I wonder what kind of.
Non sai che fiori sono, non sei capace a prendere neanche un gocciolo. Vedi cosa succede.
I don't have anything to say.
Anche noi stiamo finendo le cose da fare.
I'm not sure what. There's.
Looks like biographies here.
Visto. Non lo so.
It wasn't worth picking up the first time.
Ah, questo non legge più.
All right, Knight, I've got your research.
Ah,
Now, I just need somewhere to send it to.
ok. Quindi ora dobbiamo scoprire.
I don't have any.
In teoria dovrebbe essere il cugino dell'oste, no? Meno penso.
I don't have anything. I don't want.
Porta di fianco. Ok.
There's no one there.
Andiamo.
Grüß Gott.
Grüß Gott.
Womit kann ich Ihnen dienen?
I have to get an address.
E dove lo trovo l'indirizzo?
I don't want to mail.
Danke.
Forse qui?
I don't have. I don't have anything. I don't want to just.
Ah, attenzione.
So that's King Ludwig II of Bavaria. I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though. I don't have any. I have Gabriel's package ready. I have.
Dove lo trovo l'indirizzo?
My notebook.
Giusto per perdere tempo, proviamo a parlare col prete. Cosa vogliono sapere?
It's no use.
Se non ti fossi comportata male con Gertie, mi potevi dire a lei, manda sto pacco a quello là. Infatti è così.
I found the items that Gabriel wanted. Did he tell you where to send your research?
Yes, his lawyer's office in Munich.
Can I get the address?
Harald Übergrau, Marienplatz 21, München.
Thanks.
Estremamente aggressivo. Dai. No, giusto, dobbiamo prima suonare e dopo diamo il pacco.
Das Päckchen soll nach München gehen.
7,40 Mark bitte.
Che ha detto?
My German isn't good enough for chit-chat.
Nein, danke.
Okay.
Che è successo?
That's better. It's not exactly Gabriel's address, but it's a start.
Ah, vuoi vedere che dobbiamo pagare?
Ich möchte es dann heute verschicken.
7,40 Mark bitte.
Ok, 7 marchi.
Dankeschön.
Bitte sehr.
That'll give him something to chew on.
Bussano a quest'ora della sera. Chi sarà mai? Andiamo a vedere.
Guten Abend.
How are you? Is this the castle of the shot and joggers here?
Yes, but I'm...
How exciting! Come along, Emma. We are so thrilled to be here. Emma said it's the 1990s, for heaven's sake. The shot and joggers are probably long gone. Well, of course they aren't, I said. A family like that doesn't just dry up and blow away. The good Lord's put his mark on them.
Who are you?
I was just wondering the same thing, dear. Neither of you girls look like the heroic type, but who am I to judge? God chooses his soldiers, and who am I to put in my 2 cents?
No, we're the Smiths from Merrimack, Pennsylvania. This is my wife, Merle. You can call me Emil.
My husband. If I don't get right to the point, he'll get there for me.
It's nice to meet you both.
Uh-huh. Well, how did you hear about the Schottenjägers?
Oh, we're demonologists. My wife makes it her business to know a lot about a lot of different things. She's a regular, what you call, occultist scholar, aren't you, Mother?
That's right.
Yeah.
I read about you all when I was studying an old witch trial last spring, and I have been dying to get over here ever since.
Well, so nice of you to stop by, but I'm afraid the Schottenjäger isn't here right now. I'll let him know you called, though.
Oh, no. And I was so hoping to talk shop. We fighters of darkness are so rare these days.
Don't I know it? Can't scare one up to save your soul.
It's not your fault, Missy. I told Merle to call before he came.
People just don't take you seriously unless you're standing right there. You know that, Em.
Well, it's rather late, and if you're driving, you might as well, go out right now.
Don't worry about that. We're going to spend the night at the guest house in town. That's right.
Stop by tomorrow, won't you, dear? You and I can exchange stories at least.
We'll see.
Well, come on, Merle. These ladies are tired, and I think we ought to go.
But, Em.
Come on, let's go.
Em.
Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Good night.
Huh?
What's wrong?
It's not your fault. This just happens, man. I'm sorry.
Che
I'll
succede?
give you some water.
Give me your hand. I see danger. Someone close to you is in danger.
Gabriel?
I see something like a wolf. A black wolf.
Now, don't you worry, miss. My Merle is going to be all right. This just happens sometimes, that's all. It just happens. Come on, Merle. Let's go. Come on.
What happened?
I don't know.
Ed è fine del secondo giorno. Ah, comunque. Incubo, vero? Beh, salviamo. Allora,
I don't need anything. I don't think.
le solite cose. Non penso che ci sia.
China.
Usciamo direttamente.
I don't have anything to write about.
C'è il giornale nuovo?
It looks like there's been another wolf killing, and this one occurred last night in downtown Munich. It looks like there's been another.
Andiamo in vedere anche su questo. Chiavi. questa animazione l'abbiamo vista. Quindi no cambiare in plus.
No point in going back in there at the moment. I can't
no.
even try to talk my way in.
Andiamo a parlare con l'avvocato, perché dovrebbe avere il pacco per noi.
Das vereinbart.
I don't have anything else to say.
Ce l'ha dato. Ho saltato la conversazione.
March 18th, 1994. Gabriel, you might as well know, I'm in Rittersburg. I wasn't about to sit in New Orleans and let you have all the fun. Besides, if it goes anything like last time, you're gonna need my help. I've been doing the research Gerda said you wanted. Enclosed is a book you might find useful. It looks a little outdated, but then I've never dealt with werewolves before, so it's hard to be sure. There's also some werewolf history right here in town. I found some clues pointing to a werewolf called the Black Wolf. He's cropped up in a couple of places, including here in Rittersburg in 1750, and in association with Ludwig II, a Bavarian king that died in 1886. It's all ancient history, I know, but something tells me that it is relevant. I'm not sure where to go from here, except to look into Ludwig II. Ask around about the Black Wolf in Munich and see what you find out. Also, let me know if you want me to research Ludwig or join you there. I'm sending this to your lawyer, but I'll need to contact you directly. Send your address and phone number ASAP. Herr Huber is being stubborn and won't tell me. Be careful and write. Grace.
Damn it, what the hell is Grace doing here? At least she's off in the ozone somewhere. The Black Wolf, Ludwig II. She's really losing it.
Invece. Tu? Oh.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
But naturally. Have you been running into him much on your tour of Munich?
Running into him? Isn't he dead?
Yes, long dead. But he is still everywhere, like your Marilyn Monroe or Elvis. He is the Bavarian enigma.
So what's the big deal about this Ludwig guy?
They call him the fairy tale king. He's very romantic and mysterious, you know. He built castles, and now they are huge tourist attractions.
Castles? Where are they?
Oh, let's see. Herrenchiemsee is about 3 hours southeast. Neuschwanstein is southwest to the border with Switzerland, about 2.5 hours. I can have my secretary draw you a map, if you like, but most German maps have them already marked.
No, thanks. I wasn't thinking of going myself. But it does seem like a harmless enough activity for someone else I know. So this guy's just a dead king, right? And these castles are just out in the countryside, hours from Munich.
Yes.
Perfect. Have you ever heard of anyone or anything called the Black Wolf?
No. Sorry.
That's all right, I'm sure it's nothing.
Proviamo a chiedere
I'm off. See you, Harry.
circolo privato. Proviamo a chiedere il circolo privato. Qui la gente è aumentata.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language. I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language. What should I make?
No, dovremmo essere noi a...
Guess I figured out where last night's killing took place. I wonder who the victim was this time. I don't think they'd know much about it. I don't think... Looks like a television news... Looks... Look,
Ah,
Guten Morgen, Herr Knight. I'm afraid there's no one here at the moment. They're all busy with their daily tasks. You are, however, welcome to use the club, so I've been informed.
thank you, Xavier. You're so kind. Mind if we chat for a moment?
Anything to be of service, sir.
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
No.
Alrighty.
non tagliato.
So, tell me about the club members.
I don't gossip about our members, Herr Knight.
Gossip? With you? Please. I've never met anyone as obviously discreet as you.
Thank you.
Bet you could drop a load if you wanted to, though. You probably know more about what goes on around here than anyone.
True. At least I used to. But with all these new people coming in, I'm not sure I know anything anymore.
All these new people? You mean I'm not the only fresh blood?
No, Herr Dr. Klingman was only accepted a few weeks ago.
Really? Who brought him in?
I was not in on the discussion, so I really couldn't say. But I'm sure there was more thought behind his acceptance than yours.
Ah, molto gentile.
So, tell me about the club.
What about it?
How long has the club been around?
Since 1970.
No way. The old Royal Bavarian Hunting Lodge? It's older than that, isn't it?
Die Königliche Bayerische Hofjagdloge is ancient. This particular form of it is new.
What happened in 1970?
Baron von Glauer came. He brought a new vision. The lodge had nearly died out. Hunting is not so popular as it used to be.
Were you here when von Glauer joined?
Baron von Glauer. He hired me later, in 72.
How many members are there?
There are 5 now, not including you. I'm not sure of your status.
5? You mean the men that were here last night make up the entire club?
Quantity is not an overriding concern with us, Herr Knight. The Baron personally interviewed and approved each new member. Despite your own experience, this club is extremely exclusive. Not everyone would fit in.
No, I don't suppose they would. How often do the club members go hunting?
As a group, once a month or so.
Once a month? Hell, I thought y'all were hunters. Back home, you don't get out there and spill a little blood at least once a week. The other men start looking at you funny.
Organized club hunts are once a month. Members can use the club's lodges anytime on a more casual basis, and they frequently do.
All right, Xavier. Thanks.
Vediamo un po' cosa c'è nel club.
Dead things. Gotta love them. Just the right size for the big bad wolf to come down the chimney. Unless he's already here. It's in German.
Vabbè. Niente lettura. Ci sono 2 uscite.
I don't think I...
Vediamo questa.
Locked.
Mm.
Nice plant.
Secondo. Esce l'esterno.
And I thought Germans only drank beer. And I thought Germans... I don't... And I thought...
Non credo che però ci sia niente. Proviamo a scrivere una lettera a Grace. Oh, scriviamola in chiaro.
Better make sure Gracie keeps busy. Elsewhere.
Torniamo a Monaco. Andiamo all'ufficio postale. Dunque, Marine Plaza. Vediamo un po' la cosa. Era così.
What should I mail?
Questa.
That's taken care of.
Bene, salviamo di nuovo. Ora, dove potrebbe avere senso andare? E qua
I
Xavier
think
non...
I pumped that particular...
Non c'è molta gente con cui proviamo a tornare dall'avvocato.
Ah, Gabriel, come in.
Hey, Harry. I don't have anything.
Niente, ce ne possiamo andare. Signora,
I don't think she speaks white.
niente salsiccia. Anzi, vai fuori. Allora. È rimasto Lockham, Marienplatz e Quingen.
No point in going back in there at the moment. I can't even try to talk my way in.
Marienplatz non so con chi parlare. Se torna a Lockham c'è qui a Lockham. Cosa mai può essere rimasto? Andiamo a ispezionare qua intorno.
It's a water trough.
C'è la stampa.
Something's been here. Maybe the thing that killed. Something's. These woods go.
Assolutamente nulla da vedere. In casa ancora meno. Allo specchio niente di nuovo, la solita animazione.
There night. The keys for the car.
Sì, vabbè, il solito foglietto.
Who should I call?
Chi vuoi chiamare? Nessuno puoi chiamare. Oh, tu non l'hai letto. Tu questi non li letti.
I don't have time to worry about this historical stuff at the moment. I don't think it's got much to do with what's going on here in Munich.
Va bene.
I don't have time.
No, questi qua non hai voglia di leggere. No, almeno questo.
Chapter 3. Lycanthropy, the ways of the wolf. Chapter 3.
Sì.
There are two categories of lycanthropic disorder. Man to be. Werewolf, the mind of becoming a werewolf. Damnation. Werewolf path. Werewolf. Alpha and beta werewolf. It is important. Symptoms of werewolf. Therefore, a good example of this.
Così diciamo che anche lui se li letti.
Ma no.
Se non nulla.
I don't need anything.
Inizia a non sapere più dove andare.
A metal. No.
Nulla.
Nothing of it.
Si dice che c'è qualcos'altro da fare all'opera, ma non so cosa.
No point.
Prima ci va e qualcosa qui a Marienplatz ci deve essere. Però non so bene cosa. E inizio a essere stanco. Lo scopriremo la prossima volta.